What's up, Tarnished Tales crew? We're kicking things off with a massive story surrounding Ubisoft and the new Assassin's Creed Mirage DLC. Reports are swirling about its funding, with whispers of a connection to Saudi Arabia and concerns raised by Ubisoft's own employees about creative control and the company's image. We'll break down exactly what's being said and what it means for the future of the game. Next up, we're digging into the internal turmoil at Ubisoft, as reports surface that staff directly questioned management about alleged dealings with Saudi Arabia, specifically referencing the controversial murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Get ready for the inside scoop on how Ubisoft management responded to these serious concerns. Then, we're talking about a shocking accusation against Aspyr Media regarding the voice of Lara Croft. Did they use AI to replicate the iconic voice without consent? We've got the details on the legal notice and what this means for the Tomb Raider franchise. And finally, Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot is looking to shake up the Far Cry series, hinting at a major expansion of its multiplayer component. Will Project Maverick be the focus, or is this a complete overhaul for the entire franchise? We've got all the angles covered. Stick around, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Ubisoft defends creative control amid Saudi funding scrutiny. Ubisoft has found itself in the spotlight, defending its creative independence for the upcoming Assassin's Creed Mirage DLC. This comes as reports suggest a potential financial link to Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, a move that has sparked significant concern among employees and the wider gaming community. The controversy began when reports emerged detailing how Ubisoft staff internally questioned management regarding a potential partnership with Saudi Arabia. Concerns were specifically raised about the implications of such a deal, especially in light of the past controversies involving the kingdom, such as the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Employees voiced fears that these associations could negatively impact the company's public image and contribute to existing Ubi bashing. In response, Ubisoft management reportedly characterized a trip by CEO Yves Guillemot to Saudi Arabia, which coincided with French President Emmanuel Macron's visit, as a classic diplomatic tool to foster French influence. They attempted to draw a distinction between the Public Investment Fund and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, stating that the PIF's funds were not personally MBS's, and that engaging with partners who do not share democratic values does not equate to abandoning those values. However, this explanation was reportedly met with skepticism from the company's worker-led Comité Social et Économique, who allegedly deemed the management's stance naive, and noted a lack of direct response to concerns about the company's image. Adding to the intrigue, Guillemot's appearance in Riyadh at the new Global Sport Conference coincided with the early reveal of the DLC, which is set to take place in the UNESCO heritage site of Al Ula. Ubisoft has stated that the DLC was made possible through the support of local and international organizations, providing access to experts and resources to ensure an authentic setting. However, the company has stressed that, as with all Assassin's Creed projects, it retains full creative control over the Mirage DLC. This situation unfolds as the Public Investment Fund continues to be a major force in global entertainment, with significant investments in companies like EA and Nintendo. Human Rights Watch has criticized such investments as part of an effort to whitewash the country's abysmal human rights record. While Ubisoft maintains its creative autonomy, the exact nature of its relationship with Saudi Arabia remains a focal point of discussion. Will Ubisoft's assurances hold firm, or will this controversial funding cast a shadow over the Assassin's Creed legacy? Prepare yourself, because next, we're diving into the internal debate that erupted over these very concerns. Ubisoft staff voice internal concerns over alleged Saudi Arabian dealings. Internal discussions at Ubisoft have reportedly seen employees directly confront management regarding the company's alleged dealings with Saudi Arabia. This comes in the wake of reports suggesting a potential partnership, which has led to significant employee apprehension about the company's ethical standing and public image. According to a report by Stephen Totillo of GameFile, a representative from Ubisoft's Social and Economic Committee, CSE, raised pointed questions to company leadership earlier this year. The CSE representative questioned whether entering into an agreement with individuals accused of serious human rights violations, specifically referencing the assassination of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, could exacerbate the existing negative sentiment towards Ubisoft, often termed Ubi bashing. Ubisoft management's response, as reported, framed CEO Yves Guillemot's attendance at a state visit to Saudi Arabia alongside French President Emmanuel Macron as an act of soft power promotion for France, rather than a direct endorsement of the regime. They reportedly attempted to differentiate between Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and the Saudi Public Investment Fund, PIF, asserting that the PIF's financial backing should not be conflated with MBS's personal actions. Management's statement suggested that collaboration with partners who do not align with democratic values does not inherently mean Ubisoft abandons its own principles. However, the CSE reportedly found this response to be naive, noting that management did not directly address the core question about the potential damage to Ubisoft's reputation. This internal friction highlights a significant divide between employee concerns and management's strategic decisions. The situation is further complicated by previous reports from January 2025, which indicated Ubisoft had entered into a partnership with Savvy Games Group, a company owned by the Saudi PIF, allegedly for the creation of DLC for Assassin's Creed Mirage. Despite Ubisoft's official stance and the ongoing speculation, the company has not confirmed any direct funding from the PIF for the upcoming DLC. A spokesperson stated that the title update was made possible through the support of various organizations, providing access to resources for an authentic setting. Yet, the internal dialogue among staff underscores a deep-seated unease regarding the company's ethical compass and its business partnerships. These internal debates reveal a company grappling with its public image and ethical responsibilities. But what happens when a beloved franchise's voice is allegedly mimicked by AI? We're about to find out. Lara Croft's voice allegedly replicated by AI without consent, legal action threatened. Aspyr Media, the publisher behind the upcoming Tomb Raider IVVI Remastered, is facing serious allegations from the longtime voice actress for Lara Croft. The actress claims that her voice has been replicated using artificial intelligence without her permission, leading to a demand for the immediate halt of sales. This controversy stems from the use of generative AI technology, a topic that has been causing significant furor across various industries. The French voice actress, who has portrayed Lara Croft for decades, and her legal team have issued a formal notice to Aspyr Media and its parent company, Embracer Group. The notice demands that the sales of Tomb Raider IVVI Remastered be suspended until the allegations of unauthorized AI voice replication are thoroughly investigated and addressed. The situation raises critical questions about intellectual property, artistic integrity, and the ethical implications of using AI to mimic human performances. The actress's legal team is reportedly seeking to enforce her rights and prevent the exploitation of her vocal likeness. This case could set a significant precedent for how AI is used in voice acting and the protection of performers' rights in the digital age. This development comes at a time when many in the creative industries are grappling with the rapid advancements in AI technology and its potential impact on jobs and creative output. The ask forgiveness, not permission approach adopted by some AI users is now facing significant legal and ethical challenges, as demonstrated by this high-profile case. The gaming world is watching closely to see how this situation unfolds, particularly given the iconic status of Lara Croft and the decades of work the original voice actress has contributed to the character's legacy. The outcome could significantly influence future practices in game development and voice acting. This legal battle highlights the growing concerns surrounding AI in the entertainment industry. But is AI the only disruptive force? We're shifting gears to look at how Ubisoft plans to evolve another massive franchise. Ubisoft CEO eyes major multiplayer expansion for Far Cry franchise. Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot has signaled a strategic pivot for the long-running Far Cry series, expressing a clear intention to significantly enhance and expand its multiplayer components. This announcement suggests a potential departure from the franchise's traditional focus, aiming to foster deeper player engagement over extended periods. Speaking at the new Global Sport Conference in Saudi Arabia, Guillemot indicated that Ubisoft's ambition for Far Cry involves bringing the multiplayer aspects more predominantly pushed. This directive could signal a substantial shift in how the franchise is developed and perceived. It remains unclear whether this focus will be primarily on the rumored Project Maverick, a purported Far Cry extraction shooter, or if it signifies a broader transformation across the entire mainline series. If the latter is the case, the Far Cry franchise could be on the cusp of one of the most dramatic single-player-to-multiplayer overhauls seen in the industry. Such a transformation would draw parallels to the evolution of the Call of Duty series, which, after initially prioritizing single-player experiences, saw its multiplayer mode become the central pillar of its success following 2007's Modern Warfare. The future direction of Far Cry is currently a subject of considerable speculation. Factors such as Ubisoft's ongoing financial challenges, the potential influence of Tencent following a significant investment, and the possibility of Tencent gaining full control of the franchise within the next 2 to 5 years, all contribute to the uncertainty. These dynamics suggest that the exact shape of future Far Cry installments may be difficult to predict without inside knowledge. With multiplayer taking center stage, the Far Cry formula is poised for a major shakeup. But before we sign off, let's recap the biggest stories of the week. And that's a wrap on today's Essential Gaming News. We covered Ubisoft's defense of creative control for the Assassin's Creed Mirage DLC amid Saudi funding concerns. The internal employee worries about those alleged Saudi dealings. The shocking claim that Aspyr Media used AI to replicate Lara Croft's voice without consent, and Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot's plans to heavily expand multiplayer in the Far Cry series. Don't miss out on future breakdowns. Hit that like button, subscribe to Tarnished Tales, ring the notification bell, and drop a comment below telling us your thoughts on these stories. You can also follow us on all our social media channels for more gaming insights. We'll see you in the next video.